Now let's begin with the addition. First we have number 1, next we have number 2, and at the side we'll add the arithmetic operations. So addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. And for each arithmetic operation we'll take the number 1 will take a 7, and as number 2 will take a 3. And if we calculate 7 plus 3 we get a result of 10. And to do that both marbles should run in one finish. And build of Gravitrax it would look like this. First we have a power starter whose marbles roll into the finish and show the result. Secondly we have start with the red marbles, that is our number 1. Next we have the start with blue marbles, that's our number 2. And both of them roll through this figure and start marble at the power start with the green marbles in it. Next we have the subtraction. For that we have to reduce the first number by the second number. For that we can use the Gravitrax releaser. It subtracts the second number from the first number, so the result should be 4. And built out of Gravitrax it would look like this. So here we have to start with the marbles. The number 1, a trigger, and this trigger releases marbles from the start. Goes through a slow part, slow rails, and through this and then to the releaser into the finish. This releaser switches the switch to the other direction, so only the marbles who get subtracted will roll into one finish and the others roll into the right finish. And this trigger releases a marble in the finish. Now let's go on with the multiplication. For that we take the first number into a circle and it runs around the circle. And the second number runs into another circle, and each time the marbles go back to the beginning, one gets put to the side and releases every marbles from number 1 into this circle. So that repeats, and as a result we should get 21 marbles. Built out of Gravitrax it would look like this. First we have both starts. Blue one ripples for number 1, the red one with the marbles for number 2. The blue marbles roll into another power starter and wait there till they're released. The red marbles will roll down this track, and the first will roll through the switch and this trigger right after. This trigger switches the switch instantly, so the next marbles won't roll after the first marble. This marble will roll through this next trigger, and this trigger is releasing the blue marbles from their waiting position. Those roll through this other trigger who releases the marbles at the finish line. The other marbles will roll into those 2 power elevators and roll back into the circle. The other marbles will get up this elevator and go back to their waiting position. Now finally we have the division. For that we take the first number and subtract the second number. So 7 minus 3. If the result is bigger than the second number we do this again. So we take 4 minus 3 and the result is 1. And we can't subtract 3 from 1 and get a positive number. So the result is 2 remainder 1. And built out of Gravitrax it would look like this. First we have the start, the number 1 with blue marbles inside. Next we have the releaser, where the marbles are rolling through, and we have the start number 2 with the red marbles, like it's subtraction. So next we have the marbles rolling to the first elevator and down the slow track to come back to the circulation. Next they release the marbles down there and go straight back to the elevator. The blue marbles get released and roll into the other elevator. Next they go up the elevator and drop into the power starter. Next, if a marble comes out of the power starter, it went through the switch and into the trigger. The trigger instantly switches the switch to the other position, so the other marble or marbles won't roll the same way and release too many marbles in the finish. And the result will be shown here.